take you to the land far off called Division E. But before we get there, let's step back and ask some questions. Show of hands. How many of you have ever had a leadership position in your life? How many of you have ever had a leader position where it was required for you to be a cheerleader? Yay! How many of you ever had a leadership position where it was required for you to be a supporter in any capacity? How many of you have ever had a leadership position where you had to be a problem solver? Great. So this evening, I'm going to tell you about Division E. What is Division E? What does that mean to you? Well, Division E is a Toastmasters concept. It is a geographical location. It is what makes up the 30 clubs for downtown San Francisco. And basically, when you're a Division E governor, you're in charge of not only all 30 clubs, but also what are called area governors. So each area governor is responsible for helping out with 5 or 6 different clubs, such as ours. And they help the clubs, and as Division E governor, you're responsible for making sure the division runs well and that the area governors have what they need. So getting back to the main focus for my speech this evening, I'm going to mention 3 points. The first point, I'm going to talk about what do you do when you're a Division E governor and you need to be a cheerleader. 2, I'm going to talk about what you need to do when you're a Division E governor and you need to be a supporter. 3, I'm going to talk about what you do when you're a Division E governor and you need to be a problem solver. So first off, rah, rah, rah! Go Toastmasters! Rah, rah, rah! Go Toastmasters! Rah, rah, rah! Go Toastmasters. So the first role as Division E governor is basically being in charge of all that is ceremonial. So that basically means anything that's going on in the division that's something worth celebrating, you're the point person. Everyone's looking at you. You are the leader. So I would say that the personal story that would talk about that the best would be every 6 months they have what's called a Division E contest. And basically it's where you celebrate what all the members are doing. So first, there's a contest for best speakers, for table topics, for international speech, for example. And so it's like a celebration of all the best speakers. Then 2, you also celebrate what's going on with the members. You know, some person turned in club dues on time. Other clubs, they had all 7 officers trained. There might be something else that spectacular happened within the division that might need to be talked about. So the first role, rah, 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 cheerleader, rah, 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 go Toastmasters. So I'll go on to the second role, supporter. So why would you need a supporter? Well, you might have either members or area governors. You know, I don't really know what I'm doing. You know, I need some help. Maybe it's kind of like you're at the club level when you're acclimating a new member to the club. You know, what do we do here? How does it all work? And basically, it's the same thing at the higher level, at the division level, because basically you're going to have area governors who, you know, it might be something that's really great. You know, my club, we just had all 7 club officers trained. We just had 5 new members get their competent communicator. Yay! Support them. Give them whatever support they might need. Or it might be something not good. We're closing our club. No one comes anymore. No one cares. What do you do then? The rebuilding effort starts. Go into the club, say, okay, are you serious about closing, or would you like to give it another opportunity to start up again? And from that point, either A, it goes goodbye, or B, they're willing to work it out, and you keep going. So for the third point, you have to be a problem solver. No matter what capacity you have as a leader, I think you have to be a problem solver, because people will look at you because you're the one who's in charge. So there could be problems from anything like, we have this club here. Our member comes every week. They're in no way interested, though, in ever giving manual speeches. What rationale should we give this person for why they want to do a manual speech? Yeah. Well, maybe you could supportively tell them that if they're coming to the meetings every week, that they would want to do a manual speech because that's the only way you can get better as a speaker, is by actually practicing. And the speech just each have a objective to meet. You know, like tonight, vocal variety, or maybe it could be gestures, moving around. How do you physically reinforce what you're saying throughout the speech? So that's problem solver, or it could be a real ugly problem. Like, what's a colossal problem that could come about? Multiple clubs all at the same time are going goodbye. What do you do then? How do you find the people? How do you get people to care again? Yes? So my big overall theme I would like for you to lead with this evening is that as a leader, it's a multifaceted role. You have different roles based upon what position you have. And for me as Division E Governor, it's cheerleader, rah, 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 supporter, and problem solver. Mr. Toastmaster.